Hey guys, it's Ashley Ezel. I am starting my first YouTube video and I'm super excited, super nervous, but something I've always wanted to do. You can ask any of my friends and they will tell you that this is something I've been talking about for months. And since I am nervous, I did bring my puppies. You can see Kippy, she's super chunky. And then there's Jackie. So they're here with me. They may all of a sudden at some point decide they don't want to be here, so don't mind that. But anyways, let's get started. So the makeup look I think I'm going to go for today is a everyday look, and with that I am just going to jump right in. I first need to prime my face. I have the Tarte Clean Slate Timeless Smoothing Primer. Looks kind of like that. It's something that I wasn't sure I was going to like at first. It feels kind of weird, but I've been using it for about a couple months now, and it's really changed like how my makeup sits in on my face and in my lines, kind of gets rid of that, a lot of my pores. And so I just kind of rub it in the areas that I have a little bit of issues getting my makeup to stay. And this way they don't really move so much. I don't rub it all over my face because I really don't have any problem like right here with my makeup staying. It like really never moves for me there. I do have somewhat oily spots in my forehead, down my nose, definitely right here. And then I'm pretty dry right here. I don't know why. And then I'm going to go in with some MAC Prep and Prime, the Fix Plus, and just kind of spritz it all over my face. It just makes me feel more awake, makes my makeup stay on a little better. It's something I recently started doing. I actually did that step for my engagement photos and they turned out amazing. So super excited about those. And I was very much influenced by Laura Lee and Jaclyn Hill and Manny MUA about using the Stila, what are they? Little glitters. These things. The Smoldering Satin, they're the metallic magnificent metals, and they're that I absolutely am in love with these, but won't be using those today. They're just a little too heavy for like an everyday kind of makeup look. So the next step, once this all kind of dries, I will be using, sorry, my makeup is kind of like everywhere right now. Let's see, where did it go? I'm going to use the Smashbox Studio Skin. I have found that this has worked miracles for my skin, and it's so easy to apply. It literally just goes right on the skin, and it honestly like does not move. And then I'll wear this one. Right now I'm in the shade 1.0. I'm really pale, but if I have a spray tan, I'll be in this one, which is shade 3.1. So let's just pump a little bit of this out on this hand. And I'm going to take this Marc Jacobs brush, the Face 3. This is my ride or die makeup. Love this one. And just kind of my mirror's over here, so I'm going to be switching back and forth. Just kind of smooth this on, blend it down to the neck. And I do some swiping, but not a lot, more pouncing, just to make sure it just sits in my skin and really gets up into the fine lines that you can start to have. And just kind of dab this all over. And drag it down to the neck. Make sure this is all blended out together. I'm just going to go over my cheek a little bit. I always like to put foundation on my eyes just so that way I don't really prime my eyes, but this is my way to prime them. But I don't ever really use like any like typical primers for my eyeshadow just because I feel like I can eliminate that step with just swiping some foundation on there. And being good to go. Sorry, you guys got real up close and personal with me. I'm going to bring my mirror a little closer just so I can see what I'm doing. And I always like to get like somewhat on my ears just because I like them to be the same color and not so red, because sometimes I get like really red on the top of my ears right here. So we're just going to avoid that problem. Okay, that seems to be pretty. Just pounce that in. All right, so my next step, don't know what happened. My MAC decided to kind of cut out, but now I'm going to set my foundation with the Laura Mercier setting powder. It's a translucent, just loose powder. I always set my makeup with this. This is a holy grail. I don't know what I'd do without it because if they ever stop selling it, I'm going to be totally lost. And oh, there they go. You see them? All right, I'm going to go let them out real quick. They are always all over the place. To set my foundation with that Laura Mercier, I use the Pro Featherweight 91 brush. I think it's a just normal Sephora brush, but really big, fluffy. Love this. It just glides right on the skin, and I always use pouncing motions with this. And just kind of put it all over. I got makeup everywhere. Good enough. And then just a little more. And this, I feel like, always makes my foundation just kind of really set in place, and as well as it just makes it a little smoother. And I have a lot of freckles. I like to tan, so I have a lot of freckles, a lot of uneven skin, and I feel like this like really just kind of even though it is a translucent powder. Oh, hello. I have powder everywhere. That is one thing that is kind of rough about this, is that if you don't use it, it'll drip down, and it'll definitely be all over your clothes. So that's why I'm wearing just kind of a little grungy outfit. I'm just gonna get in there. And I do go over a lot of spots at least twice, just to make sure that I've really just set all of this down in there. Now the dogs want back in. All right. You gonna come in? Yippee. Come on, puppy. Good. Come on, Bear. I am house sitting, and you see Bear. Bear! Say hi, monkey. This is my puppy. This is Kippy. She's my sweet girl. There you go. Hi, Bear. Jackie. He is such an attention whore, but he's just so cute. And he's gonna be all up in my business. All right, so after I set my foundation with that, I don't need that anymore. I typically will conceal underneath my eyes, but my eyes have been so incredibly dry. I've tried creams, I've tried lotions, and you name it. I've tried serums. Nothing seems to be working right now. I've been swimming a lot with kids that I'm coaching, and that chlorine has just sucked it all up, and there's just really nothing I can do right now. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know. Open to it, just because this is starting to get ridiculous. It like burns. I think that's why they call it a chlorine burn. After I set my foundation, I do like to go in with a MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Powder. This is another ride or die. Manny, MUA, Jacqueline all have influenced me to buy it, and I am such an easy sell that I was like, well, if they have it, then I have to have it. So go in with this, and it's pretty light, but it also adds some color back in after the translucent powder. I'm just gonna kind of dust this all up on there and just kind of make sure it is all down and set. Alright, so after that, and I do like to put powder on my eyes after I've gone in with the foundation, and it likes when a powder is set with another powder, it just glides and blends easier. It doesn't make it as hard. He's just all passed out. Do you see him? He just doesn't care. So after that, I kind of like to go back and forth between my eyes and between then doing my contour and highlight, because I do that on a regular basis. I'm a diva, and that is something that I definitely like to do. I'm going to take some of this RCMA No Color Skin Powder setting powder, and I'm going to take the cap from my Laura Mercier. I'm just going to kind of dump that in there. The packaging for this, not a big fan, but I like the product, so I stick with it. Dump a little bit of that in there. I am going to take a damp beauty blender. I think this is a Real Techniques beauty blender, and this has been something that has just changed the makeup game. I don't know that I'll ever set my under eyes with anything else, so I'll just kind of put that on there like that. I'm going to damp underneath my eyes, and I'm going to go out and in. Hey, come here. Sit down. And just kind of press that down in there. And it will look very stark white. That's because it is truly like a no color white powder. Hello, bear. See? Can you say hi? Yeah, he's needy. Your breath stank, bro. It stinks. And just kind of pounce that up in there. And do it again. And there's really no technique for it. And this is just so all of that foundation like doesn't move. Does it smell good, bear? Oh my gosh. I would do this on the day that you're so needy. Okay, lay down. Lay down. Good boy. Good boy. He's just gonna lay in my lap. He's like a 50 to 60 pound dog, and he acts like he's 12 pounds. He acts like my other little ones. Oh, I got something in my eye. Okay, so after that, then I'll go into a little bit of my eyes. I'm not really going to do much with them. Just because my everyday look, like my eyes already are pretty bright. But I will use, you can see them, they're very light eyebrows. Okay, really there. You're just so chunky. Okay. Do you want to sit in my lap? See, isn't she just so cute? You sit right there. Good girl. Okay. Next, I'm going to carve out my, what are they called? Cheekbones with, where is it? If I can find it. Are you sitting on it? Okay. As I'm trying to get to it, he decides to lay all over it. So I use this Anastasia contour kit. It is beat. Wow. Okay, but that's how you know I use it. It goes with me everywhere. Just these typical colors, and I'm going to take, where is it? Here it is. This Sephora 46 Pro Flawless Bronzer brush. You see that? Real soft, probably one of the best things I have ever found. I'm just going to take a little bit of this, what is it? This shade right here, this medium one, and then this one, and just kind of go right in there. And I don't use very much of this one. This is more my shade, but I do like how this undertone gives my skin that flawless kind of look. And I start right back here at my temples and just kind of go in with that. And I like to be darker here and then lightly work my way forward. And there's that one. Not precise, just everyday kind of look. there's that. Then we're going to take, hello, sorry bear. I scared him so bad. And then going to take that banana shade right here in the middle and just kind of swirl this brush. It's another Sephora brush. It's the Airbrush Precision Foundation, but I don't use it for that. I don't really like this one for foundation. I use it more for carving out the bottom of my contour. Okay, and just kind of do that. Now, as you can see, this has still stayed on, and it's gonna keep sitting there. It's gonna bake, so to speak. And I'm gonna take a little more of that translucent, well, I was gonna take more of that translucent powder until I dropped it. And there's still some in there. I'm just gonna bake a little bit underneath there. This is just so like none of this is moving. And it gives this a little bit more of a defined cut. Hello. So once that is all done, I just take that same damp beauty blender and just kind of carved out a little bit down there. And then after that, I'm going to take another Sephora Airbrush Crease brush, this one, and I'm going to take with my Morphe palette. This is the 35O matte, because I bought both of them, because I was like, well, if I have the matte one, I need the shimmer. So, and I didn't want to mix them, so I had to buy both, and they were doing like a package deal. What are you doing, child? Do you see her? She is just rolling around. Oh man. Oh man. That dog. Bear, do you want out? Come on. Okay. I'm just going to take that top shade, this really light one, and I'm going to dust that all over. Oh, okay. Too much. I'm just going to dab right in there. Make sure that's all up in there. I do like this part of my eye to be lighter and then to go darker as obviously you go out. Gives it this kind of natural cat eye. Natural. After that, I'm going to take one of these Naked, I think this came with the Naked 2 palette, this little brush. I always am a big fan of these like stippled air feathered brush. They just seem to be working better for me in applying that. And then I'm going to take, we're going to do this little, right next to that Fuki brown, we're going to do this one. You're just going to pick up a little bit of that and you're going to put it on the outside corner and just kind of work your way in. And do the same thing on the other side. I just look up and I see them just like messing around. What are you doing, Bear? Sit. Okay. So then after that, I like to leave these kind of open. My skin is like flaking under my eye, like right here. It's not cute. So then, I'm gonna take this peachy shade, this one right here, oh, that one right there. And I'm just going to kind of dust that in the middle and make this kind of my transition shade between, oh man, between the two of them. And then take it again, do the same thing on the other eye. Needs to be a little darker. And I'm just going to go back in with those shades before and just kind of blend them together. And hello. Because they are so dry, it's just like, they itch too. Like, I think it's the worst thing ever. So after that, I'm going to take this other end of that same brush, this like little stippled end, and I'm going to spray some Fix Plus after I get the shade that I want. I'm going to use the Naked 3 palette, and I'm going to take this shade. It's called Dust, that one right there, that second one, and I'm just going to kind of get that on there, not very much, just enough, and I'm going to spray some Fix Plus, just right there. Hello, it goes everywhere. And I'm just going to take it and I'm going to put it right in this inner corner. Just like that. And it's just going to be nice and light. And I always like to go in right here where this tear duct is and put just some there, just so it lightens it up and it gives that like whoosh kind of feeling, you know? If you don't, well, I hope you ever figure it out. Spritz that again, do it to the other eye. Okay, done with that one. And now, because I don't want to put on actual eyeliner, I'm going to take the Naked 1 palette, this one. I've had this. This is what started it. This is what created the monster today. I am going to take this Buck shade, this matte kind of brown. Oh, that one right there. I'm just going to take this little definer brush. It doesn't even have a name. I don't even know where I got this, but it is what it is. And it's just like a little angled brush. And I'm going to take that, I'm going to start in the middle of my eye, and I'm going to go out, and then with whatever is left on the brush, I'm going to bring it in. So it creates an eyeliner look without having to use the eyeliner. And I'm just going to stamp that on there, kind of bring it out, create a little wing, and then go in. Sorry, my fiance is texting me because he's going to West Virginia for a concert. So there's that. He's asking me what I'm doing. He doesn't know I started this. So we're going to do that to the other eye. And just kind of stamp it out. There we go. So there's that, and you can kind of see like this little line right there. I just took the angled brush and went dab, and it just kind of, it's going to create that little natural cat eye, but without being so fierce and whatnot. Because some days you just don't need to be cutting everybody with your eyeliner. So then after that, I'm going to take, oh wait, I lied. I'm going to go back in with that same color, same brush, And you're going to take a little bit of that buck color again and kind of go into your under eye. This way it just kind of connects everything together. And then do the same thing with the other one. And typically this kind of helps hide, or at least I've found that it's hiding all of this like darkness under here, that if I don't use concealer, it just kind of, it doesn't make it look so dark if I definitely didn't sleep that night. But this just kind of gets it all put together. So then, after that, since my eyes are blue, I'm going to take this, I think it's an Arbonne. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Arbonne. My mom used to sell it for makeup, but I've had it forever. And it's just this blue crayon eye pencil. And I'm just going to put that in my waterline. And it just kind of like makes my eyes really pop with this blue. Probably helps that I'm wearing a blue headband, but it's also one of the things that I found has made my eyes just really like pop with that blue color, especially if I'm wearing blue or if I'm wearing a lighter color. It just kind of accentuates the fact that they are as blue as they are. So I'm gonna just kind of pencil that on underneath there. It does come off super light, but it does the trick. I just got a Ulta magazine that had the Stila eye pencils, and one was in like this electric blue color, and as soon as I found my headband, I was like, oh, I really wish I had that, because I think it just makes everything a little bit better. Ew, I had an eye booger. Gross. I always tell my fiance, I'm like, babe, you got something in your eye. And he's like, get it. And I'm like, I don't want to poke you with my nails. Like, no, thank you. But he gets them all the time, and they're always like right up in there. And I'm like, you can get that later. But he never tells me if I have an eye booger. Why? So we're gonna get that all up in there. Okay, and I don't know if you guys can tell, but I can tell a difference between the no blue eyeliner and blue eyeliner. So the next step, I'm going to take this Supersizer Fiber CoverGirl mascara. I'm just going to take that and I'm going to put it on my top and bottom lashes. I am going to be putting on fake eyelashes just because I do like to be extra, and that's just me, and if I don't wear them, I feel naked. So I will be using the old packaging for Red Cherry. These are probably some of my favorite ones. Always make my eyes just pop. And this, like, I don't know if you guys can really see, but it has different layers, and it's thin to thick. I think that went backwards, yeah. Thin to thick. And
it's got different, there's some that are up here, some little fibers that are up here, and it just really like gets all up in there. Dust this on the bottom. I remember back in the day I didn't used to do my bottom lashes, and I look back on pictures and I'm like, I look like a naked mole rat. Mom, why? Or even some of my best friends, I'm like, why did you never tell me that I looked so ridiculous without my bottom lashes? And so now I see people who don't do their bottom lashes, and I'm like, oh, honey, I'll be your friend. Let's just put that on there just a little bit. And go up here. Get that up in there. Did you like that face? This is what Colin and I, Colin's my fiance, I don't remember what I was doing. We were making like dinosaur noises, and he was like, rah! And I was like, bah! And I just looked so ridiculous, and to this day, he's never let me live it down, and anytime he looks at me, he just goes, bah! It's probably one of my favorite inside jokes with him, and now people are probably going to look at me like I'm completely weird, and we'll be out in public, and he'll do it, I'm just like, little do they know, that was me. Oh. So, here's that. Not really much to them. And then I do, since I have long lashes, I like to accentuate those. I use the Better Than Sex Too Faced mascara.
This has changed my life. And even though I am putting on false lashes, this puts it all together. Ooh, hunty, my lips are dry. Oh man. So I'm just gonna take some Dior Addict. There we go. Addict lip gloss. I'm just gonna kind of. I do have really thin lips, but I think if I did have thicker lips, I think for me it would just kind of throw off like how I see myself, I guess. I don't know. I do want thicker lips, but I just don't really have the time to go and do that. Oh, Manny just uploaded a video. And I'm going to just take this Stippling Sephora brush, and I'm just going to take off all of this like translucent powder. And dust all of that off. And so I do like to have my cheeks a little rosier, so I'm going to take this pearl, it's rose pearl, I don't even know, I think I want to say it's a, what is it? I want to say, I think it's a Physicians Formula, kind of little pinky. It's got some dark ones, but it also has some lighter ones, so it's not too overpowering. Just gonna take that, brush it off. I think this is a Sonia Kashuk, super cheap. I mean, it's a blush brush. What more could you ask for? And I just kind of brush it over that bronzer and, not bronzer, but contour that I had there. Just blend it all together. So then I am going to take a little bit more. I am going to actually take a little bit of a darker color to just kind of carve this out. I don't like how light it is. So I'm going to take this Becca Cosmetics Warm Honey. This one right here. It looks kind of pukey on the color. I don't know why, but it's warm brown. Hello. I've dropped almost everything in this video today. Take that, dust that off a little bit, and just... And this is that same brush that I used to pounce my, what's it called? Translucent powder on. And I'm just going to take some of that and do it onto the other side. There we go. And I do like to carve out my nose. For me, I really do have just like a normal put together nose. So I don't really have to do much, but I do like making it carved out, and I do like having these shadows that are right here just accentuated. Makes my nose look a little bit smaller, even though I don't think I have a big nose. I think it's pretty normal. And we're just going to carve that out a little bit. So there's that. So I don't know if I can tell a difference. So if I can tell a difference, I think you guys can. I'm using that same Anastasia, what's it called, palette to just carve out my nose a little bit. So then, and that was just a normal Sephora concealer brush, but I use it for my powder and to really just like more of a precision lines. So then, after that, once all of that's done, I'm going to do my lashes, and then I'm going to throw on some highlight. I'm going to do my lashes off camera because I think it'd just be kind of weird. And then I will come back. Okay, so I did apply my false lashes. I am loving them. This is the first time I've worn this pair. They are the Red Cherry 41. I bought these so long ago, and I bought so many of them that I don't know that they still have these, but definitely recommend. So the next step for me would be to do my highlighter, the Sleek, what is it? I think it's just the Solstice highlighting powder. Love, love, love this. So these are the shades. For my everyday makeup, I do like this little cream one. I just kind of dip my finger in it and just kind of swipe it on that way. It's so easy. And it just blends like a dream. Probably one of my favorite highlighting palettes. Probably. You just kind of do see. Oh, yes, love this one. And then because I am so extra, this Laura Mercier highlighting one, this one, I'm just going to take that same like brush that I used for the banana color to carve out under here. I'm just going to take that. Oh, wow. That was a little much. I'm just going to tap that on just like that. Oh my god. So obsessed. Just kind of right there. Just like that. And then the last step for me, I typically use the Urban Decay Slick Stay foundation, or not foundation, wow, setting spray. And that's what I'll use like if I'm going to go out, if I'm going to be running around all day, or if I'm using it for a photo shoot and I'm going to be doing that. But for right now, I'm just going to use this MAC Prep and Prime. This just kind of refreshes my skin. It is so dry right now, and definitely one of my favorites. What are you doing? Always so extra. Ah, there we go. It's nice and cool. It just kind of, it doesn't give a cooling effect, but it's, since it's wet, and it did have all of that on down through here. So this is the final makeup look for today. This is something I've been wanting to do for a while. I am so glad that I actually got to have the chance to sit down and be able to actually make my first YouTube video. Oh, now the sun's going to start coming through. I had shades. There, it was super cloudy, and now it's not. So, like I said, these blinds were like all changing. It made my lighting like super weird, but this is something I've wanted to do for a while, and I want to say thank you to all of my friends who have made me feel like this is something that I could be really good at and be something that they've all pushed me to pursue my dreams. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know. If you want to see anything, also comment below. And thank you so much, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.